too. So we'll look at performance of extruders that run those three oil-based or gas-based polymers and compare it to PLA results. How applicable will the equipment be as it stands, or what do we have to do to make the PLA work optimally? So the equipment we used to get the initial base data with this PLA was a 3.5-inch extruder, both a 24-to-1 and a 30-to-1. We have the ability to change L over D. The 24-to-1 is kind of the normal, non-vented setup. The machine happened to be water-cooled. That isn't a necessity for running PLA, but our lab machine happened to be water-cooled, so that's what it was. We used a couple of barrier screws in our testing. They had mixing sections on them. In the 30-to-1 situation, we used that so that we could run vented, and some of the styrenes and PETs are vented in sheet extrusion, so we wanted to make sure that we looked at that kind of equipment to see how PLA will fit on those extruders. We used on the 30-to-1 vented machine a two-stage mixing screw, which is typical in styrene extrusion, and some people put PET and polypropylene on that same styrene screw because they don't want to change the screw, so that has to be part of the study as well. PLA is typically dried, and we dried it at 140 degrees Fahrenheit for a minimum of 6 hours, which was the recommendation by the PLA producer, by NatureWorks. So the PLA that we tested, it's a NatureWorks 4042D. I think it's a common one that's available. We studied it in its natural state with no additives, and then we studied it with a processing aid, a Danimer Scientific 9210. We added it at 4%. We did some earlier studies where we added it at 2%, 4%, and 6%, and found that 4% was the level that gives us the best results versus cost. We could put 6% in. Things may get a little better in a couple of processing